When you first take a look at this AP Calc example, you probably are thinking to yourself, it's a limit problem. But the reality is this is actually a derivative problem. You know, the bells and whistles got to go off when you start seeing this limit as h approaches 0. That limit as h approaches 0 99 times out of 100 is coming from your limit definition of the derivative. And this is the limit definition of the derivative at a point. So again, you better have this memorized, but let's pull it out of our heads right now. So the derivative at a point is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x naught plus h minus f of x naught all over h. So that x naught is representing the x value that we're plugging into this derivative. So now let's put their limit right below this definition and see if we can pull out of here what we're really being asked. So we've got limit as h approaches 0. This is sine of pi over 6 plus h minus the sine of pi over 6. And all of that is over h. So one of the first things we can quickly tell is that you see this x naught plus h, and then we see this x naught over here. That's the same value. Whatever that value is the same in both pieces. And we can see pretty clearly that that value would be pi over 6. And the other thing we notice is that that's the same as the derivative point that we're trying to find. So we're really being asked to find f prime of pi over 6. Then we have to figure out, well, what is the actual function? What f of x am I plugging this into? And again, you can see pretty clearly that what you're plugging into is the sine function. So what we really have in front of us right now is an f of x that is equal to the sine of x. And the question that we need to be answering is, what is f prime of pi over 6? So this was a hidden derivative question. Now that we know that, it's pretty straightforward to come through and find our answer out here. So f prime of x equals the derivative of sine. This is what I refer to as a special case derivative. This is one of those derivatives you just have to have memorized. If you've got it memorized, no problem. If you don't, you're probably never going to guess it. So then we get the sine of x. The derivative of the sine of x is cosine of x. And now we need to find out what our derivative at that point is. So we want to know, what is f prime of pi over 6 equals. So we're really being asked, what is the cosine of pi over 6? Well, to answer this, you need to pull out your special triangle. So you've got a 45, 45, 90, and we have a 30, 60, 90. This one is coming from the 30, 60, 90. So this is pi over 6, pi over 3, and then 90. And so the triangle goes 1, 2, square root of 3. We're being asked to find cosine here, so this is where your SOHCAHTOA saying comes in. We're looking at the ka portion because we're talking about cosine. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So from our angle of pi over 6, we get our adjacent side is square root of 3, and then the hypotenuse is 2. And so we get out of here the square root of 3 over 2 for our final answer, which would be option C. So again, when you see limit as h approaches 0 99 times out of 100, that is really not a limit problem, it's a derivative problem. And you got to know your limit definition of the derivative at a point. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, please click that like button and subscribe. And also share it with your friends and anyone else you know who might be crying about an upcoming AP Calc test. You can find more videos from me, more sample AP Calc questions, and my complete AP Calc study guide over at my website, apcalcprep.com. Have a great one.